What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me. This is April, and my channel is under Cosmic Homegirl, and I'm here to give you your Venus and Pisces forecast. So, I'm just going to talk really briefly about Venus moving into the sign of Pisces. She's going to be hanging out there, showing her stuff, you know what I mean? Basking in the energy of Pisces and sprinkling it down amongst all of us for about a month. Venus entered Pisces on the 10th of February 2018, and she will leave and move into Aries on March 6th, 2018. So for like close to a month, Venus will be in the sign of Pisces. Excuse me. So I'm going to go over what that means for all of us and then also what it means for each individual sign. But first, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do still have some readings that are on special. If you go to my website, it's indigomoonastrology.com. Go to my specials page. I have some eclipse, the solar eclipse. I have some readings that are on discount for that. And I also have love and romance readings. Okay, so go to my page, my rates page, and you'll find the love and romance readings, which focuses on individuals and your love style, who you attract, what you're attracted to, and all that stuff. And then a little love horoscope is in the mix too. So that's a love and romance reading. And then couples readings. I do the same thing. For couples, I go over like your individual love styles, and then I go over your style of or how your energy interacts with one another together, and horoscopes for both of you too. So yeah, those are still available through the month of February on my website, so go check it out. And I still have other readings too. Just regular readings. I do birth chart readings. I do ones where I just break down your birth chart. I do career readings. That's one of my favorites to do too. So I do all different kinds and personal horoscopes. So yeah, go check out my website. So anyway, also there's another way if you don't want a full-on reading, because listen, I'm a Pisces moon. I'm very giving, and my readings can be pretty lengthy. You know, I give a lot of details and stuff. Sometimes they're up to like an hour long. But if you just want to ask a couple of simple questions, there is an app that I am participating in that I'm partnered with. It's called instantgo.com, and I'll also link that in the description too. So if you just want to like text me and text me some general questions about astrology, or even if it's personal, you know, you can text me on the Instant Go app. So I know it's available for Android and it's available for iOS. So yeah, go to Instant Go, find me on there under Cosmic Homegirl, and then we can chat. You know what I'm saying? We can talk. So you can text me there or whatever if you have any astrology questions. They just want answered quickly. You know, those can be answered quicker than a reading, because a reading can take 2 weeks or longer for you to receive, because I receive a lot of them. So now that all that is said, let's get into Venus and Pisces. What does it mean? So Venus travels through a sign, like pretty much it stays in a sign for like a month, and she is only in a sign once per year. All right, so she's in Pisces during the months of February and beginning of March. And so Venus, it rules like how the five senses are catered to. Okay, so things that smell good, things that taste good, things that look good, feel good, all of that stuff is Venus. Venus also rules relationships, like relating one-to-one with other people and love and all that stuff too. And so when you combine Venus with Pisces, what do you get? You get some lovely mermaid, unicorn, fairy energy. You know what I'm saying? That's why, oh yeah, I almost forgot. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. That's why I'm wearing this shirt that says mermaid on it. I bought this, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago, and I was like super hyped, like I had to grab it. But yeah, mermaids, anything mermaid is Pisces. Anything that's unicorns, mermaids, like lots of colors. And, you know, I have this fairy tarot deck right here. And I really like it. And like these colors and, you know, just the imagery reminds me of Pisces energy. There's lots of sparkles and, you know, different colors and stuff. That's totally Piscean, right? So Pisces, it rules the oceans, It rules emotion. It's an emotional energy. All water signs are emotional, but Pisces is like really deeply compassionate, and it can also be about victim and savior roles too. Either like somebody playing either or. Like Pisces energy can be about you wanting to just rescue people, and if they have problems and stuff, like you jump and you're like, no, I'll save you, I'll be there for you, and you'll dive in and you'll save a person. Pisces energy can also be about being the victim, like, oh, woe is me, there's something wrong with me, like I can't do it, oh, I need somebody to throw me a life raft, oh, all the drama, just, oh my goodness, like, I can't do it, I need help. That's sometimes that victim role that Pisces can play. And, so Venus and Pisces can sometimes be about that. It can be about that life, of like always wanting to save somebody, or it could be like, I want to be saved. Yeah, if you are old school like me and you know what song that's from, let me know. But either way, Venus and Pisces, it could be a very beautiful energy for being in touch with animals. Animals is totally a Pisces thing. Also Virgo too, to an extent. But Pisces is also, it also rules having compassion for living beings and being able to telepathically communicate with animals too is Pisces. So when Venus is in Pisces, I mean, we can be having these themes come up in our lives. Like we can be, maybe playing a victim role or a savior role. We can be like wanting to rescue animals, or, Pisces also rules escapism. So wanting to just get away and run away from anything that we find like harsh in the world and problems and stuff like that. And so a lot of people may just, when things are not going right, especially when it comes to love and relationships and money, they'll just feel like disappearing. Like Pisces energy can really go ghost on people. The Pisces is really good at that. Like just disappearing. Whenever people who are Piscean pull disappearing acts, I picture a fish swimming down to the bottom of the ocean and hiding like in some coral reefs or something somewhere. So, and they're just like, nobody can find me in here, like that's what I kind of picture. So sometimes Pisces, when Venus is in Pisces, we may feel like that. We may be like uberly sensitive, and then when people make us feel bad, or just make us feel some type of way, then we can just kind of like disappear, for a little while and stuff. But Venus in Pisces is really beautiful for enjoying, oh my goodness, like music. Okay, because Pisces, it does rule music in a way. Venus rules creativity, and Pisces also rules creativity to an extent too. It's that creativity that's like divine creativity. I mean, you receive it from, it seems like out of nowhere. For example, artists who don't necessarily have to read music in order to play it and play it good. Artists who can just pick up any instrument and play, like, hello, one of my boos back there, Prince. Yeah, he is a Pisces moon. And so he's had a lot of Neptunian and Pisces energy in his chart. So he was one of those people. He could play many instruments. He didn't have to read music sheets and all that stuff. There's some people who they can dance just by feeling the music. They don't necessarily have to count, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 and 2 and 3. No, some people, they don't need that. They just hear the music, they move along with it, and they do it in divine, perfect timing, okay? Even without all the counting. So that kind of like art and stuff, Pisces rules that, okay? It rules just channeling beautiful creative energy. Pisces rules things like poetry and music, playing it, singing the music, listening to it, escaping through music. Oh my gosh, that's a total Pisces thing there. So yeah, Venus and Pisces can really have us tuning into all of that stuff during this next month. So I think when I think of Venus and Pisces, I think of Janae Aiko. Anything Pisces makes me think of Janae Aiko, actually. Um, Although Janae, her Venus is in Taurus, but she has, let me see, she has like, I think Sun and Moon and Mercury I think she has all of those in the sign of Pisces. So she's very Piscean. So good music to enjoy when Venus is in Pisces is stuff like that, like by Janae Aiko, that's very flowy and it sounds like flowing water. Who else? Erica Badu is like uber Piscean too. She's also somebody who has like the sun and moon in Pisces. Yeah, just like different artists like who have Piscean energy. Michael Jackson, he was a Pisces rising and moon. Bruno Mars is a Pisces rising. There's lots of artists that have like just that Pisces vibe, where there's like the really hyped one that could just like dance to anything, sing to anything, and just like really give you this feeling. Or if it's like the really smooth Pisces, you know, that makes you just want to like run away, just like go on a long drive. You know what's really good to enjoy when Venus is in Pisces? Going on a long drive and just listening to music and just not even caring like what time it is. Now, don't get lost now because that's part of Piscean energy is getting lost. OMG, like I can't tell you how many times I've been lost in my day, okay? But yeah, going on a long drive and listening to music and getting lost in it, it's just like, oh, also going near water. Going near water, near the ocean especially, and enjoying yourself there is really something that's great to do when Venus is in Pisces. When it comes to love, yeah, we could be a little bit more sacrificial and sensitive and stuff like that. But I'm going to go through some of the transits that Pisces is going to, well, pretty much the transits for those who are new to astrology is how we calculate a horoscope. Like we look at the activity of the planets, like how the planets converse with one another, what energy that they beam back and forth to each other, and then it's like beamed down onto us and like how we react to it, you know? So there are some transits that Venus and Pisces will make, and I will go in date order and let you guys know what days, what energy is going on. So on the 21st of February, this is when Venus is in a conjunction with Neptune. Okay, so when you think Pisces, you also need to think Neptune. Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces. Gives Pisces its characteristics like being so dreamy and spiritual and kind of spacey and all that stuff, and compassionate, selfless. All of that stuff is Neptune. Pisces and Neptune, unfortunately, they can both rule escapism through substances, you know, like dabbling in this or that or whatever, drinking a lot, because you just want to escape the world, the cruelness and harshness of the world. So when Venus conjuncts Neptune, okay, this is like she's plugging into Neptune in Pisces and she's getting lost, okay? That means that you can be getting lost in love at this time, which may not be a bad thing, okay? But for some people, let me just tell you, if you're single and you're dating, right, and you meet somebody around the 21st of February, you may not see that person for who they really are. You can go on this really dope date with them, for example, and just feel like, oh, everything is just so beautiful and perfect, and oh, they're Prince Charming, or oh, they're just this magical queen, you know what I'm saying? You could feel like that, like on the 21st or around the 21st. And then maybe like a week later, you find out this person gets on your mother nerves, okay? Because you're seeing them for who they really are. And you're like, wait a second, what happened to Prince Charming? Where did this ugly frog come from? You know, like what happened to this beauty queen that I thought that I met? Now, who is this raggedy heifer? She looks like Felicia on Friday, and she is just, oh my goodness, like I thought I had a queen. Like, who is she? That's because Neptune rules illusion and delusion. So when Venus comes in contact with it, unfortunately, we can have illusion and delusion beam down upon us, okay? When it comes to love and relationships, and just really having this idealistic point of view of people and who they really are, instead of seeing them for like the real them, you know? You just kind of have this, oh, this dream, you know. Trust me, I've started a relationship with a Venus and Neptune, with all kinds of Neptune transits. I really thought a dude was Prince Charming, and oh my goodness, if I could tell you guys, if I could spill the tea, okay, I would tell you what I went through. But you need to be careful with a Venus conjunct Neptune when it comes to meeting people. However, the beauty of a Venus and Neptune transit could be like really getting lost in love with somebody that you trust, you know, like you're really just feeling like you're in your own world, in your own zone with your trusted partner or love interest. And that means you guys can, it's a really good time to go on a vacation, especially near water, like I said, around the 21st, like just escape, you know, escape reality. Um, the vibes will be just so chill. You know what I'm saying? Like with Venus and Neptune. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. So yeah, just be mindful of like illusions and trickery and also losses of things. Like when Venus conjuncts Neptune, Venus could be your material possessions and your money. When she conjuncts Neptune, this could be like you losing your debit card or you losing track of cash or somebody trying to swindle you out of money, you know, like coming to you with a sob story like, oh, please help me, I don't have, you know, and then you're like, oh, okay, here, and like then they like snatch your wallet and run, you know, like stuff like that can happen sometimes, unfortunately, with transits to Neptune, because Neptune also rules homelessness and, you know, people just really being a victim or like victimizing. So definitely be careful with that. Watch your belongings around Venus and Neptune transit. But yeah, it's a really good time for healthy escapism with a partner, and also music. Oh my gosh, like everybody would be like so much more in tune with music when Venus conjuncts Neptune. So yeah, that's on the 21st. So much I could say about that transit. And then on the 25th, this is when Venus in Pisces gets into a square aspect with Mars in Sagittarius. Okay, so Venus is feminine, Mars is masculine. This is feminine versus masculine. You may see and experience maybe some more heated arguments between yourself, like it doesn't matter your gender, you could be feminine or masculine either way, but like if you're a woman, okay, or you're a more feminine person, you can find yourself battling it out with more masculine energy people or men. Just a frustration, a tension between those two energies is going to be popping off. But with those type of challenges, like from a square aspect, can come growth and learning. Okay, some sort of lesson. So maybe around that time, masculine and feminine people will be learning how to get along with each other better. Maybe some arguments and spats may come up, but then as a result of that, like you learn from one another, like, oh, okay, well now I know this person doesn't like this, or you know, they hate when I do that, or whatever. If you're willing to learn and take the lesson, if you're willing to learn. If you're not, then it may just be like a face off, like a square up, you know, like between males and females or masculine and feminine, like frustrated with each other. So yeah, that's a transit to really look out for on the 25th of February. But like I said, you know, challenges and squares, you know, they could bring growth, they could bring lessons. On the first, on March 1st, this is when Venus makes a trine aspect to Jupiter. So this is Venus having this like really happy-go-lucky energy beaming back and forth between her and the planet Jupiter. Okay, and Jupiter, he just wants to give and give and give. I always say Jupiter is like that rich uncle that you have. He's got like all kinds of money. He's like, oh, there's plenty of, come on over, let's have a feast. There's plenty of food. There's plenty of this and that. And he's like, don't worry about anything. That's what Jupiter could be like. So when Venus is making a trine aspect to Jupiter, it's like love, money, and all that stuff. It can go a little bit better, you know, around that day. The square between Venus and Mars may still be kind of popping off at that time, but when Venus is trying Jupiter too, it kind of helps to like say, whoa, 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 how about we just enjoy life? We don't need to fight, you know, we don't need to argue. Like, let's go out, let's spend a little money. You know what I'm saying? There's just plenty of things in world, pleasures in this world for us to enjoy. So, you know, that energy can kind of help to smooth out the square to Mars. But yeah, Venus trine Jupiter, just be careful of like not doing things in excess, because Jupiter can rule excess, like excess drinking, excessive eating, excessive spending, you know, so he may like corrupt little Venus over there, like in Pisces, and just tell her, like, oh, yeah, just charge up that credit card, girl. Just buy that makeup, just buy that food. There's plenty of, and then like a few days later, when that transit fades, maybe you could be like, oh, snap, like, maybe I shouldn't have spent that much. Maybe I shouldn't have ate that much or whatever. So yeah, that's Venus trine Jupiter. It could really be a day where you just feel very abundant. Whatever abundance means to you, you can feel like you're on top of the world and you have a lot of resources and money. You can feel very generous with the Venus trine Jupiter transit. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Let me see. So Venus is also going to, she's going to make a conjunction with Mercury on the 2nd of March, March 2nd. So Venus and Mercury, if you're an artist, let me tell you, if you're any type of artist, like I mentioned, like singing and dancing and also like painting and also like just any type of art. And if you are into the spiritual arts, like if you do readings for people where it requires you to channel, that can be any type of reading. You channel when you do tarot. You channel when you do astrology. Also, people who do things like Reiki and just anything to do with energy and channeling it and healing others. All this Venus and Pisces stuff is like really good energy for you to tap into that more and be able to give more back to people, and people being more receptive towards it too. And so this whole month, even when I mentioned like stuff with Neptune, if you're a healer, those are like prime time days, to where you will receive like even clairvoyance, psychics, it doesn't matter. Like your intuition is going to be so on point during this Venus and Pisces transit. I just wanted to point that out. But Venus conjunct Mercury happening on the 2nd of March. Mercury is the skills of the hands. It's like how you use your hands. It's how you talk. Okay. It's how you think. So Venus and Mercury together is a really good energy for artists as well, with it being in Pisces. So songwriting, singing, coming up with ideas that are creative is really, really good for that day or around that day. The creative energy is on high, okay? If you're a poet or spoken word or something like that, artist, the words will just flow and they'll be so beautiful. Even if you're not any of those things, like Venus conjunct Mercury in Pisces it really is like mad, like poetic. And so if you have, I know Valentine's Day is over and everything, but if you have somebody special, when Venus is conjunct Mercury, this could be a time where you can tap into more of like writing them love letters and poems and all just like beautiful stuff. So yeah. So also Venus will come into a conjunction with Chiron. Chiron is the asteroid that's called the Wounded Healer because it's an asteroid that rules like a soft spot that you have in your life, to where sometimes that soft spot can be hit and it's still soft, it's still tender, and it can still kind of sting, but pain, a certain kind of pain in your life. And because you know that pain and you've experienced it, you can turn around and help others to heal, okay? Because they know the experience of that pain. So Venus conjunct Chiron. Now, this can be good, once again, for like if you are a healer or if you're an artist and you really want to write like a dope song that's about like pain and suffering and healing from it, from heartbreak and stuff like that. Venus conjunct Chiron, really, really good time for that. Let me see. So Venus, she will come into a conjunction with Chiron. I'm going to say like the 5th and 6th of March, it'll be very strong. Now, Chiron and Venus together, sometimes it can rule heartbreak. It can mean heartbreak, but like maybe like heartbreak of the past that that's still like a sensitive spot for you. So it could be a good opportunity to try to heal from something like that. Or, people may be coming to you. If you're that type of person like I am, because I have Chiron in the 7th house of relationships. So I'm always like an unofficial relationship counselor for people, for like friends and different people. So if you're one of those people too, you may have people come to you a lot more than usual with their stories of heartbreak and like, oh, what do you think about this? And how can I heal from this person that I feel like they did me wrong or whatever. How can I heal from that? So that's also a Venus conjunct Chiron energy. And yeah, just healing through arts and through spirituality and through conversation with trusted people who are gentle and kind is what you should tap into when Venus is conjunct Chiron. So now let's quickly go through the signs. I'm just going to let you know the areas of life to where Venus is going to be enhancing your life and sprinkling some little fairy dust. And the fairy dust is pink and it's sparkly and it's glittery and it's like just so gorgeous. Even if you're a masculine person or a man, you can still enjoy and bask in the beautiful Venus energy. So where is she lighting up your life according to your sign? So remember, this is for sun, moon, or rising signs when I give the horoscope. So for Aries people, Venus is going to be Venus and Pisces. That's in your 12th house. So everything that I discuss with Pisces, the escapism, the art and music, the being near water and stuff like that, it applies to you. So you may be kind of enjoying yourself on a low key level when Venus is in Pisces. Now, when Venus goes into Aries afterwards, that's when you guys are going to be lit. Okay, you're going to be like, woo, party over here, party over there. But while she's in Pisces, she's telling you to be low key, to get some rest, to kind of enjoy yourself in your own little world. And if you're an Aries who's an artist, this is really a dope time to where your creativity will be so enhanced. Like, you'll just feel like, wow, where am I getting all this creative energy from? I will warn you, Aries, Venus, when she's in your 12th house, that's the house of the hidden. That's the house of the forbidden. Like, they're at a distance. That's the house of fantasy. Like, oh, I don't know if I could ever really be with this person, but I'm going to fantasize. You know what I'm saying? Um, Sorry about that. I'm doing this like through the Google Hangout thing because it's much quicker than me filming and then being a perfectionist and editing it for like 3 days and doing all this fancy stuff. And it's hating today. My bad. So Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. How is Venus and Pisces going to affect you? Well, she is sprinkling her fairy dust all through your friendships. So going out with friends, you'll be invited out by friends a little bit more. They'll want you to go out to eat with them because Venus does rule food or go shopping. Venus does rule money in the material world. Just maybe just some good times with friends. Good times with friends for real. Venus in the 11th house can be that you find love through a social circle of yours. You find love through maybe a friendship, a mutual friendship. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. So you can find love like when you're out too, like you're out with your friends and it's like, oh yeah, you have like a friend of an acquaintance or an acquaintance of an acquaintance. Meet love that way. So that can happen for some Tauruses. Also, if you have a presence on social media and the internet, then Venus transiting your 11th house is when people may see you in a much more positive light and they will be much more like positively responding to you, Taurus. So take advantage of that. If you sell products via the internet, it's a really good transit for a more of a higher chance of like a good return, you know, like good feedback from your customers and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's for Taurus. So Gemini sun, moon, or rising. How's Venus in Pisces affecting you guys? So this is in your 10th house, which is your career. It's your public status, your public platform, your social status, all of that stuff. Hang on one sec. So Gemini, if you want to impress a boss, if you want to impress higher ups, Venus in the 10th house, beautiful time to do that. Okay, so you will get their attention in a good way. And Geminis know how to do stuff like that anyway. But seriously, this is like having a better chance of a good response from higher ups if you want to ask for a raise, or you know, you just want to impress them for whatever reason. Also, once again, like same as Taurus, if you have a presence on social media, like a public presence, then Venus in your house of the public presence can really bring so much more of a positive attitude from the public to you. And Venus in the 10th can have you really wanting to feel like you're living the good life, you know, the good life, the good stuff in life, like wanting to buy things that are a little bit more, maybe a little more pricey, but it's because you feel like you deserve them because you work so hard, you know, wanting to go to those fancy Grey Poupon restaurants. Stuff like that can happen when Venus is in your 10th house. So bask in it, enjoy it. So next up is Cancer, sun, moon, or rising. How is Venus and Pisces affecting you? So this is happening in your 9th house. The 9th house, Venus there. Venus is enjoyment. You could be planning a trip, Cancer. You could be going on a trip during this time. And excuse me, or maybe just enjoying like foreign people, foreign cultures, foreign food. You can maybe find love in a foreign place. Okay, you know, maybe if you do travel, maybe you can meet someone or travel with a love interest. Venus in the 9th house, this is just like broadening your horizons in general. So anything that you feel like is you being adventurous, Cancer, you'll want to enjoy yourself that way. And if you are partnered with somebody, you'll want them to like, hey, come on, let's try this, let's try that. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with trying things, different things sometime. But Venus in the 9th, it can have you sometimes kind of like overindulging in anything, food, drink, spending, anything, because you don't really think about the consequences. You're just like, live in the moment. That's Venus in the 9th house. So that could be beautiful, but just make sure you don't overdo things. So, excuse me, next up is Leo. So Leo, sun, moon, or rising. How is Venus and Pisces affecting you guys? So Leo, this is your 8th house, which is intimacy. So Leos are really going to be craving the intimacy. And that doesn't necessarily just mean hopping into the bedroom, okay? It means intimacy is like letting your guard down. Anything that has you letting your guard down. Like you want to go, you know, just have good talks with somebody, talks with them about any and everything, like deep topics, not just like, oh, how are you? How's the weather at today where you are? Oh, okay, yeah, fabulous. Okay, bye. Like, no, Leo, you want to go way beneath that. Okay, that means that you'll be craving those conversations that go off into like what someone's fears are, what their desires are, things like that, you know. Now, Venus in the 8th house, yes, some of you guys will be, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Some of you guys will be thoughting around. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Some of you guys will be Leo. You'll be craving intimacy like big time to where you'll just want to, it'll be on your mind a lot. Okay, it'll be on your mind and other parts of your body a lot. Venus in the 8th is also a really good time to like heal from any type of past traumatic experiences or experiences with dating that maybe kind of left a mark in your world, that left a negative mark in your world that you kind of want to like get rid of, or, you know, just face that issue and let it go. Venus in the 8th transit can maybe help you with that. Venus in the 8th can mean your credit card or loan. Your credit card limit can be raised. You can be approved for loans. So if that applies to you, Leo, then she can bring it. Miss Venus can bring it. So next up is Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign. How's Venus and Pisces affecting you guys? So this is your opposite sign, Virgo. Anything that's your opposite sign, we call it your seventh house. And that rules committed partnerships and relationships and stuff. So Virgos, some of you guys may be getting into a new relationship or just working really hard to keep an existing relationship running smoothly and efficiently. Virgos are all about that. But no, seriously, it could be you just like craving partnership, craving romance and love and the attention of another person. So if you don't have that, you'll really be wanting that. You'll be wanting to go after that when Venus is in Pisces. If you do have it, it is more like spending time with your partner and trying to get things more to a level where you guys are on mutual common ground and yeah, just enjoying partnership, enjoying relationships in general for Virgo people. So next up is Libra, sun, moon, or rising. How's the eclipse affecting you? I'm sorry, not the eclipse. Venus in Pisces. Where is she affecting you guys? This is in your sixth house of work and health. So on the work side, you can have a lot more positive attention at work. You can have a better reception of your ideas and the work that you're doing. People in the workplace could be wanting to feed you more, Libra, or like take you out to lunch, buy food for you, take care of you, nurture you, and all that stuff. Venus in the sixth house, when it comes to health, like sometimes if you're on a diet, Venus rules like sweets and like really rich foods that are like just so bomb and like it's so hard to give them up. That's what Venus rules. So when she comes into the house of health, sometimes Venus can kind of sabotage, like, you know, if you're on a diet, you've been eating healthy and everything, and then Venus steps in and she's just like, no, F this diet. We're going to eat some donuts. Okay, we're going to have a milkshake or something. You can maybe develop that habit again of having stuff that's like sweet and everything. And if you are on a diet, then yeah, it can be kind of tough. If you're not, then you may just develop habits of really like consuming this stuff, and maybe it won't affect you. I don't know, but still, it's just letting you know that there's a increased chance of increased craving for like sweets, rich foods, junk food, and all that stuff with Venus in the sixth house. But it could be you working out and getting on a better routine in order to preserve your health, which in return can preserve your gorgeous looks, Libra. Okay. So next up is Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. How is Venus and Pisces affecting you guys? Venus, the planet of love, is in the house of the heart chakra. So Scorpios, you may be diving into hobbies, those hobbies that I was talking about earlier, whatever makes your heart happy and make you giddy and creative and expressive of the creativity in a confident way. Okay, Venus is going to help bring that. Also, romance. The fifth house is romance. So you can be having a little bit more romance in your life for Tauruses. You know, this is dating. So this is the time where I see people like their phone is blowing up, their DMs, their messages, all that stuff is blowing up when Venus transits the fifth house, because you're so like open. Your heart is wide open towards like romance, and other people pick up on it. And the universe is like sending you people, sending you people. I've never been on like a dating app. But I've heard that like there's a lot of them out now, and there's a lot of people that just, hey, good old normal people. They go on stuff like Tinder, and I don't know the other names. I just know Tinder because there's people that are close to me that are like trying to start dating again, and they're like all up on this Tinder thing, and I'm like, really now? But to each their own. But yeah, for Scorpios, when Venus is in your fifth house, you may be more down for stuff like that, for things like dating and Tinder apps and stuff like that. But even if you're not single and you have a relationship partner, it's getting that spark back. It's getting back whatever makes your heart glow, the heart chakra glow, and what makes you happy, what makes you get the butterflies in your stomach and get like take your breath away, like that kind of romance. So Scorpios, hopefully you guys get some of that, you know, get you some, Scorpio. The fifth house is also fertility, like with children. So just in general, like in the month of like February and March, Scorpios to be super fertile. So just saying, just saying. So next up is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Where's Venus in Pisces? For you, Venus in Pisces is going to be in your fourth house. So this is enjoying your time with your family, enjoying time at home, even if you don't have family per se, but enjoying your quiet time alone at home with your dogs, with your animals, whoever, like just enjoying the comfort of your own home, not really wanting to step out very much, which I know is weird and like rare for Sagittarius to not want to step out. But Venus in the fourth is like, oh, let me just go straight home, or oh, let me just hang out at home, you know, and just enjoy my little sanctuary, you know, enjoy my little shell that I get to hide in. So also it could bring maybe bettering the relationship between you and family members, especially feminine or female family members for Sagittarians. Yeah, but Venus in the fourth can also bring on the cravings, okay, like of really rich foods, especially ones that remind you of your childhood or your culture or whatever. So next up is Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Venus and Pisces affecting you? So she's going to be in your third house. You're going to be more witty, more fun, more funny, wanting to enjoy cracking jokes with people. You are going to crave variety. So you may want to go out to different places other than just the regular norm or the standard and see new people, see new environments, explore new territories or whatever. So yeah, that's how Capricorn's going to be enjoying it. This is also a common transit to where I also see like people online dating and stuff like that with Venus in the third, because the third house, it rules like the technological gadgets that we use, you know, for communicating with others, being on social media and all that stuff. So you will be on there and you may be flirting with people and stuff, Capricorn, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're single. Okay, as long as you're single, I see you. No creeping, no creeping. So next up is Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How's Venus and Pisces affecting you? So this is going to be in your second house, which is your earned income. That's the money that you get from working. That's your paycheck. So you may see an increase in your, what's it called? In your income this month, Aquarius. Maybe an increase in income, maybe a raise. Maybe you'll be working overtime at a second job in order to bring in more money. You'll be wanting to spend more of your money too. Some Cappies, I'm sorry, some Aquarius is maybe a little bit more conservative with their money with Venus in the second, to where it's like you grab things off the shelf, right? You're like, oh yeah, this is cute, you know? And then you see the price and you're like, oh snap, it's like $30. I like it, but it's like, you know, it's a want versus a need. You know what I'm saying? Like wants versus needs is the second house. So when Venus is there, she will challenge you on that. Okay, I'm determining what's what. But yeah, that's Venus in the second house. Could be more money. Could be, you know, how to manage your money. It could be gifts, all of that stuff. So last but not least is Pisces. Oh my gosh. So Venus and Pisces. How is it going to affect Pisces? So whenever Venus is in your sign, this is when you feel like the most beautiful person on the whole planet. Okay, I don't care if you're male, female, masculine, feminine, whatever you identify as. Venus's energy in your sign, it makes you feel gorgeous. It makes you feel handsome, whatever you use, like you feel attractive. And other people see you in that light too. They sure do. Oh my gosh, it's one stupid little hair. But anyway, for Pisces, Venus in your sign is going to make you a lot sweeter, a lot more compassionate. Also feeling like you want love. You know, you just want love around you. You just feel all this love. You want to give all this love. That's Venus's energy in your sign. And also some Pisces may want to do things to kind of alter their appearance. You may feel like, oh, let me go get a makeover, get my nails done, get a tan, get you know, maybe even some plastic surgery. I mean, sometimes that happens with Venus is in the first house. But I would rather see people get plastic surgery when Venus is in the same sign as like their sun or their moon or their ascendant or whatever, mostly their ascendant, because they're more than likely to be happy with the results, you know, excuse me, rather than like if Venus is in another sign or she's retrograde or something. But yeah, Venus in your sign, just feel beautiful. Listen to Janae Aiko, go on a long drive, and just listening to music, singing, vibing along, all of that when Venus is in Pisces for Pisces people. Yeah, and beautifying yourself. If you buy anything that like you can use, like, okay, like makeup, right? Like makeup, hair products, all that stuff, you may be buying a lot more of that. You may be spending more time in Ulta or Sephora, okay, if you are feminine, when Venus is in your sign, and it's just gorgeous. And people will be like saying that you have some kind of glow magically, or that you're like sparkling or something supposedly, and just being like, oh, Pisces, what have you been doing with your appearance? Like, you look different. You're just like, oh yeah, I don't know, but really it's because Venus is magical. She's in your sign. You are wearing her. Okay, you're wearing her, honey. Okay. So that is Venus and Pisces for Pisces people. It's really an energy that you can beam out there, beam lots of love, and just really be glowing and happy and gorgeous. So that's it for my Venus and Pisces forecast for you guys, throughout the signs and all that stuff. So thank you for watching if you stuck all the way through. And don't forget, check out my website for readings if you'd like. I do all different kinds once again. So indigomoon.astrology.com. Ask me questions, text me on the Instant Go app. You may have to download the app, and yes, there is a fee for that, but text me, hit me up for like smaller questions that you want answered in regards to astrology, and I'll be so happy to answer them for you. And that's it. That's it, you guys. So enjoy this energy. Go to the ocean, listen to music, listen to Janae Aiko, and just like vibe out. So I will see you guys in my next video. All right. Peace.